What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I am LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. I hope everybody is enjoying their summer, going out, going swimming, going to barbecues. Just enjoy the nice weather, man. Enjoy it because we got another month. It's already football season. Everybody reports back to training camp this week and last week. So I pretty much, as you see on the back right there, I will definitely be doing a show in regards to that, what the Giants look like going forward. So please definitely keep a lookout for that, right? But yeah, man, enjoy your summer, man. Enjoy your summer. Enjoy your summer. Before you know, it's going to be time for school in September for kids and a whole bunch of other stuff. We'll be back to the cold weather, right? So let's enjoy it, go out, barbecues, all that good stuff, right? So listen, let's have this, as we usually do, this Knicks weekly recap, man, and kind of discuss everything that's happened last week and all the positive things that happened, some of the concerns and some of the questions that we have going forward and what this team is going to look like. So yeah, let's start off first with our summer league, right? I hope everyone's enjoying their lunch too. Make sure you eat good during this time. Rondo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. So listen, looking at the new guys coming up in the summer league, I thought the Knicks were decent. It was good to kind of see a lot of those young guys playing. To me, the standout was Tyler Kolek. Killer Dogs, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live during lunch. Appreciate you. Make sure everybody eats, man. Eat your lunch. Said it like 2 times already, but I gotta stress that. I don't want you guys missing your meals for LV, right? Tyler Kolek stood out, period. And I said it after the first game. I saw him, as a fellow, they call it hoopers now. They call it hoopers. When I was coming up, we used to say you play ball. You know what I'm saying? You're a ball player. As a former ball, well, I'm still a ball player, but as an old school ball player, to currently NBI Sealer, who's back in here. Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. I can identify and see like a guy that knows the game and is pretty good, right? I can see it. I can see the guys who really don't know how to play, even though they could shoot a couple of times, make a couple of shots, make a couple of layups. You could tell they don't play. They never played before. They never, you could just tell, right? Tyler Kolek is different. He's a ball player. He could play, man. He could play. And I saw a first game. I said, okay. I said, listen, man, he really understands the game. And how you understand the game is it doesn't matter who you play against. It doesn't matter. And I've said this before in the show. It doesn't matter where you go. Your game travels, right? It doesn't matter if you play in the Rucker, if you play in the finals, if you play in the church league, your game follows. You're the same player. It doesn't matter. And that's what he reminds me of in watching him play. It didn't matter who he played against. Like his game, the speed of his game was the same. Everything. Like he did not skip a beat. It didn't matter. And also, too, there's a maturity with his game. Like you can see it. I mean, of course, he's 23 years old. He's the same age as Deuce. Deuce has been in the league now, 3 years? So he's the same age as Deuce. He's 23 years old. So the kid is mature. So you could see it in his game. He knows when to make the right pass. And most importantly, which I think is going to be big for him to get him minutes, is he can knock down that tray ball. And he's consistent with it, right? So, Knicks 100 GM, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. Chef NYK, man, appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live during this lunchtime. And he was knocking down that tray ball, right, at a high clip. Coach, what's going on, man? I'm glad he's in here. Got a lot to talk about, Coach. Some things I'm going to touch on. I got to touch on with you. I'm glad you're in here rocking with LV Live during lunch, people. So that's what's going to help him get on the court. Because when the biggest key is, if you guys are ball players, the biggest key is that, are you able to knock down those shots when you're wide open? That's the key. That's what separates the pros from the regular guys. When the ball gets swung to you, are you able to knock it down, an open jump shot? And this is like, 15 feet out. That's the NBA shot. And those guys knock those down in their sleep, man. It's like layups to those guys. he's going to have to be able to knock it down when he was open. And believe it or not, that was Deuce's issue, if you guys remember that, why he couldn't get on the court. He could, but he would only stay up because he couldn't knock down a shot. He could defend, but he couldn't knock down a shot. That's going to be the key for him. Now, culture is big too, right? Because he's going to be coming, he's playing with Tibbs. One thing Tibbs values, as we all know, you got to defend and you got to rebound. So you can do that. You're going to get on the court. Tibbs knows that the shots will come around. That's why Deuce got on the court, because he could defend. That's big in the league. And what I did see in the summer league is that he struggles defensively. He just does. And I'm not surprised that he struggles defensively. You guys got to understand, like, for me, going from college, from high school to college, playing ball, it was easy. Like, it was different because you kind of are playing with guys like your age, like kind of like the same age, same skill set. Some guys are better, some guys aren't as good. There's a couple of times I played in some games in college. I saw some guys on the other team. I'm like, yo, he shouldn't even be on the team. But remember, sometimes they got to take walk-ons to fill their roster. Sometimes you have guys on the team. These dudes can't even make a layup. You're like, yo, how do they even make the team? But that jump from college to the pros is enormous. Like, it's just huge. And where you really see it, not so much offensively, but defensively. Guys can't stay in front of guys. They just can't, because you're playing against the best of the best. So they're picking from the top tier guys. So that's whether it's overseas guys or here in the States. So your game has got to be like legit. Like you really will get exposed fast, and they'll figure out quick if you deserve to be playing or not. And what I saw from him, I didn't see that. I just think defensively, that's where he's going to get better. But guys, remember, the biggest thing with him is that he's coming into a team or culture to where that's going to be important. So he's going to be forced to kind of play, defense, just because of the people he's going to be around. And then also, too, what's going to make him better is who's going to be guarding him in camp. You know what I mean? Camp, in practice. From, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, of course, Deuce, right? Then you're going to have Josh Hart. Then DiVincenzo's going to be hounding him from baseline to baseline, right? So he's going to, in campaign also. So he's going to really get, like, a crash course into what this league is going to be like. But also, too, it's going to help him when he plays against other teams, because he's going to be, he's practicing with one of the best defensive teams in the league, especially with how Tibbs is. 808 Empire State, man. Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV live on this lunchtime. So that's where the how can I say, the change from college to pros, it's going to hit him. He's going to kind of hit like his rookie wall and stuff like that, but it's going to be better, well adjusted, because of the guys in that locker room and the culture that is fit, and also too the head coach. Like, Tibbs is going to push him and make sure, like, listen, man, we understand you're good at creating, being a ball handler and stuff like that, but you got to be able to defend baseline to baseline. If guys are blowing past you, you're not going to play for me. So I think that's going to force him to really kind of work on those skills. And then also having a guy like Deuce in there and a guy like campaign veteran guys that are going to be able to really help him mold those little intricacies into his skill set. You know what I mean? So I think that's good. That's going to be big for him. Huge. So that's him, right? I thought Dadier was okay. You could tell he's a rookie, man. You can tell it's ill. You can see the difference from him and Kolek. Like, you can see the difference. But once again, one is 18, one is 23. The age stuff does matter, unless you're LeBron James. But I think that's the difference. He's 18 years old. Now, I think also, too, what I do is I love the size that he has, pause. Those things you can't coach. He looked big out there. He's a big wing. Like, he's a legit 6'8". Legit. And I think he has room to get a little bigger. So that's the beauty with him. And I like his shot. He's just going to have to adjust. That's it. He's 18 years old. That'll take time. Elaine Klein, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV live during this lunchtime. Keith Turner, man, appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. But I appreciate you coming through, rocking with me and my crew during this lunchtime. So I thought Dadier was good. Like I thought Dadier was good, but I also do think that he's got to develop, man. He's got to develop. He's only 18, man. Put him in the G League. Let him really, really develop. Now, of course, everybody wants to talk about Rokas, right? I think Rokas is good, man. I think he showed a lot of he's a lot better than what he was before. But because of the guards and because of us getting, of course, Payne, and I don't see Rokas being here. I think he's going to go back overseas. I don't see him coming back over here, and because he probably feels like he's ready. He probably feels like he's ready to go. So I don't know if he's going to be okay with the G League assignment, right? Because that's what they're going to do to him. They're going to put him down there with Dadier. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to put him up there with the big league, with the big boys. You know what I'm saying? I even see Kolek going back and forth to the G League, definitely. But I see Kolek being up there on the bench with the guys and possibly getting in from time to time more than Rokas. So I see him possibly going back overseas, or maybe the Knicks move him. I don't know. Ariel Hakaporte, right? I thought he was all right, man. I thought he was good. I think he still needs to develop, but there were some things that I saw that I liked. He's also definitely another G League guy. He's going to be down there with Dadier and the whole crew. So I think that's like what I saw from him. I do think that I do see the upside with him. I do, but I do think that he needs to develop. I'll put it like this: I don't think he's better than Sims. I don't think he's better than Sims. So Sims is right now the backup, but I really think he's more of a third string backup. You know what I'm saying? Like my honest opinion about Sims. You know what I mean? So I think that he'll be on a two-way. If you want to be honest, I think that's what's going to happen with Hakaporte. But I thought he had good moments, right? I can't pronounce his name, man. You guys got to help me pronounce the name. The big guy. He had like a European name, man. I couldn't. He's been on a summer league team for the Knicks. Big guy, European cat. He was getting busy. He looked like. I mean, I know it's summer league, man, but he looked good, man. Can't think of his name right now. It's a European name. I can't pronounce it. Don't get LV in trouble. But he was good. Just call him Scape. Shit. NYK. He was good, man. He was really good. And I liked what I saw from him. See, the beauty of Summer League and stuff like this is like you have guys who could really come up and really earn their spot. But in order for him to really kind of break into certain things, he's got to kind of beat some guys out, man. He has to. Charles Taylor, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew, sir. But I thought he had good moments, man. He kind of came out of nowhere. No, he didn't come out of nowhere, but he wasn't the first person I was thinking of, right? When I'm thinking about this team, I wanted to watch Kolek, of course, Dadier, and all these guys. I wanted to see exactly like how they look. So when I saw him, I said, yo, who's that? So he could hit a jump shot and all that, blocking shots, moving well. He's got a nice little upside, man, to his game. You know what I mean? So we got to kind of see how that goes. But I like he had a nice little jumper right there, 15-footer. You know what I mean? That foul line jumper, that's a money shot for a big man. You can hit that. That's the shot. He's good finishing at the rim. Yeah, man. I liked him. I thought he had upside, man. I do think he's going to be back in the G League, but yeah, man. But I thought good positive things. I thought what I saw from our team. Now this whole campaign deal, right? What do you get? 1 year, $3.1 million. I did a short on it. I'm not too crazy about the deal. And the reason why is I feel like that money can go someplace else. I understand it. Like, I understand it. It makes total sense as to why they did the campaign deal, right? You want a backup who's going to be able to be a veteran leadership and who is a definite backup, right? To Brunson, and he can kind of spell those minutes. But I think that what I saw from Kolek, what I saw from him, I wouldn't even play campaign. I just wouldn't. I mean, that's me personally. Now, I understand the whole dynamic of giving him time to come in and kind of Kolek adjusting to the NBA game. I get all that. But what I saw, that's all I need to see. And here's the thing with the Kolek piece. I just think that, that's a good time and a good place for him to kind of develop during practice, come in for a couple of minutes for JB. And then after that, Brunson comes back in, and that's it. It doesn't even have to be a lot of minutes because Brunson's going to play a lot. I mean, come on, he's a player, man. He's the top dog, so he's going to get anywhere between, let's say, 35, 40 minutes a night. That's just the truth. So where does that leave Kolek, right? Because they're not going to pair them together. So that's why I didn't like the deal. What concerned me about the deal is when I seen it happen, I said, okay, this means they might move Deuce because this seems like a backup plan for that. Now, I mean, if people have come on and reported that that's not going to be the case, Ian Begley and stuff like that. So I get it, right? But when I first saw that deal, that's what I thought of. 100%, that's what I thought of. I thought Deuce is gone. And they're working on some deals to move Randle and Mitch for that backup big, right? That's what I thought. And now, I mean, I think otherwise, but that was the first thing I thought. Malik Shabazz, man, appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live and my crew. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. But I appreciate you coming through, man, rocking with me and my crew on this lunchtime, sir. Appreciate you. So that was like the confusion with that. Like initially when it hit, right? It just did not make any sense. But I think that still, I'm kind of leaning into that it could be a possibility that they still move Deuce, and the backup to that would be campaign. Like that's kind of like the cover up. Like if we move Deuce, at least we have somebody here that can still spell minutes for Brunson and Kolek, and I'm just being honest with you. So that's what I'm kind of like leaning into still. Now, I don't know, because it just didn't make any sense for that deal. It just really didn't to me. It just didn't. And still, I'm kind of like a little iffy. So that was the deal with that. Now, I'm kind of paying attention also to the rumblings around Randle, right? Now, let me be the first one to say, like, I don't think we should move off of Randle. I don't. What I saw in December and January, what I saw and how I saw us playing and how I saw Randle playing next to OG and Obi, I said, okay, I think we got something here. I think we do. Now, Mets, Knicks fans, let's go. Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live on this lunchtime. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew, man. Hope you're enjoying yourself. And I appreciate you coming through rocking with me. So there he is. Coach says, come on over, LV. Okay, Coach, relax, Coach. Coach, relax. Let me rock. Relax. Okay? I'm not jumping out the window. Relax. All right. This is what Coach has been waiting for. So I want Randle here. I do. I really, truly do. What I saw in January, I think we could be something special. Now, with that being said, you see me scratching my ear because I know Coach is doing this. Coach is doing this in the background. Like, come on, LV, come home. But I can see the attraction with Towns. I can see it. Now, would I make that deal? No. But I'm a basketball player, man. I'm a baller, man. Like, so I understand matchups. I understand all that stuff. So I can see exactly how Cat would fit. I see exactly because I see what they're trying to do. And I see what they're looking at from, you know, from the top floor, from the C-suite. I see what they're looking at. So if you have OG on the wing, Mikal on the wing, you put Josh Hart at the 2. It's not gonna be DiVincenzo. It's gonna be probably Josh Hart. Coach Tibbs loves Josh Hart. Then you put Towns at the 5. What 5s are really out there that's going to really be banging with Towns in the post? There's not really too many. You only got Embiid and Joker. And that's it. Bam is not really. Bam is he's a stretch 5. He could play big, but he's right. That lineup to me is the death lineup because now you got all 5 shooters. That's if they decide to bring DiVincenzo in or Hart. I think Josh Hart plays, but I'm just being honest with you. That would be the death lineup because now with Cat shooting that 3 at a high clip, which we know he can do, and as big as he is, you're forced to guard him. So he's like a Porzingis. So you have Brunson, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, maybe the flamethrower, or Josh Hart out there. The middle is wide open for Brunson to do him. You can have Cat on the pick and pop, hitting that 3. Now he's deadly. Now you have nobody in that paint for Bridges getting to the lane. I mean, the Knicks could be scoring like 120 points. They could look like the Warriors. True story. Because one thing that Boston was missing is they didn't have a killer at the top of the key. Brunson is a monster at the top of the key pick and roll. And that's what our Hart was so great. That's why he was unguardable, man. You get him on a pick and roll and how shifty he is. Once again, you can't speed up Brunson. And how crafty he is, man, he's dangerous. So now you don't know how to guard him. Because you got to respect Cat. You got to respect him. Because if not, he'll knock down 4 or 5 in a row. As big as he is. Your big is going to have to pop out and guard him. So now it leaves the lane open. Then, I'm sorry. You come and slide down, drop down on Bridges. You slide down and drop down on Brunson. Now you got Bridges in the corner. You got OG in the corner. Now he can pick and whatever he chooses. And both of them are high 3-point shooters from the corner. Bang, bang. The Knicks will be averaging about 120 points a game. So this I broke LV broke it down in literally 2 minutes. So I saw it as a ball player. I said, okay, now I see what they're trying to do. See, Boston did it last year, but see, Boston, where they're gonna miss it is they don't have a monster at the top of that key, man. They don't have really, Holiday and White aren't true point guards. They're really like shooting guards. They're not legit point guards. Brunson is a legit master, is a magician at the top of the key, man. So him running that offense, that would be dangerous, right? So I see it. I see exactly why. Now, if they do that deal, remember, Cat's making a boatload of money. So what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to probably move Mitch. Remember, all the money's got to match. So they're going to have to probably move Mitch and Deuce and Randle for that Cat deal. They'll probably give us something. And then also, too, I think Minnesota will be willing to do the deal because I think, if I'm correct, I think Minnesota might be close to second apron, man. I think their contracts are crazy because remember they're paying McDaniel. He's getting a ton load of bread. They're paying Gobert. They're paying Ant-Man, right? And they got Cat. Oh, and they just who's the kid from Jersey with the dreads coming off their bench? They just paid him. He used to be out there hanging in Harlem. They used to call him Big Jelly. I forget his name. Who's the big kid? Coach, who's the big kid coming off the bench for them? He's from Jersey. He went to Roselle Catholic. Yeah, Nas. So Nas got a whole bunch of bread. Yeah, he went to Roselle Catholic. He got a whole bunch of bread. So they got a lot of dues they got to pay. So that's why when I heard the news, I said no. Then I had to break down. I said, okay, let me look at this. So I see it now. I see it. So that's the thing with that. And then also the CAA stuff, you know what I'm saying? They, from what I hear, Leon loves Cat. You know what I'm saying? So the Knicks would be dangerous. They offensively they would be. Cat is a problem defensively. He's terrible. You thought Randle was bad. He's probably worse than Randle. So, hey guys, you guys been watching the USA real quick sidebar for LB. You guys been watching the USA play lately? I know they lost. They won the Sudan by 101-100. That's a fluke. They wasn't even ready to prepare to play them boys. So I'm not worried about that. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Hey, really quick sidebar. I thought about something right after not this game, but the game before. Listen, do you know who the Knicks could get? I know it would never happen where the Knicks would be probably the best team in the league. You know who they could get? Who would change everything? You talking about 5 out? Who would change everything? You ready? Drum roll. If they were to get Anthony Davis, do you not understand what we will be? He defends, he can shoot, he rebounds, and he's a bully in that Baja, and he's almost 7 feet, 6'10", 6'11". He would be a monster with the Knicks. Listen, talking about championship, we will be the team to beat. We will be the team to beat. Period. Because defensively, he's a beast. I forgot how well. Listen, I'll be honest. I forgot how good of a defender he was. Because he was a defending monster when he was in New Orleans. Then he got over there with LA. You kind of forget at times. Remember, he had Joker in cuffs when they was playing the Jazz. Not the Jazz. I'm bugging the Nuggets. Now, of course, the Nuggets wound up winning that season, but Anthony Davis was giving them problems. If the Knicks, I know it would never happen. Because you got LeBron over there. You know what I mean? If they could ever, this is even bigger and a better deal than the Giannis deal I've spoken about. If they can get Anthony Davis over here, now that's the 5 out. That's the 5 out. And he defends. And Tibbs will love him because he blocks shots, he rebounds, he's a monster. If the Knicks could find a way to get him, oh man. Everyone says, no one, LV. No way, man. He's injury prone. Listen, man, look. So is Embiid. But you can't deny what these guys are. They said, stop the fire. Nah, man, I don't think he's that bad. Listen, Stoudemire's knees was just as bad as Brandon Roy's. I mean, we just took a leap of faith because we couldn't get LeBron. Stat's knees was shot by the time he got over here. Anthony Davis, man. I'm telling you. I know you guys are like, nah, LV. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And the reason why I'm saying he's got a bounce, he defends, man. He defends. Cat does not defend. That's the issue with him. All right, so then you have that when Randle and the Cat thing, right? So I just wouldn't move Randle right now. And the reason why I wouldn't move Randle is because I said this on my last show. I just like what I saw in January. And I think that now you bring Mikal Bridges over here, that can really change everything. The problem with Randle is that Randle can't play the 5. And he's big enough to play the 5 too. No problem. Randle's a legit 6'10". Don't throw out that 6'8" stuff. All them dudes that are 6'8", he's bigger than all them cats. Remember, OG Anunoby 6'7", 6'8". Randle towers over him. He's a legit 6'10". I'm telling you. Paul George is legit 6'9". Randle's bigger than Paul George. So what I'm saying is, Paul George is more like a small forward. Randle's a legit power forward. He could play the 5. He just don't want to, man. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't want to. So, but he could play it. He could play the 5. You know what I'm saying? So that's the issue. Because I think with the Knicks, the direction that they want to go, they really want to do the 5 out. They really want to do that. And I think that that's what the whole dynamic was in regards to that. And what that issue was and why, you know what I mean? It didn't really, I think all these talks of him and Cat, I think that's why. Because the Knicks, I think, want to run a 5 out. I think that's what they want to do. But I think I like what I saw in January, man. I got to see that. But like I said also, too, in my last show, let's be mindful about what happens. When is the contract for Randle? When is that? What is that? August 2nd, August 3rd? So let's be mindful about that. So we got to see exactly what that looks like. I hear that the Knicks aren't really too open to making a deal during that time, and they said neither is Randle. So maybe Randle wants to wait for that Whopper deal that he's supposed to be getting next year, right? Which is going to be about almost $300 million. He can get that. So we got to see exactly what looks. I think Randle. If I had to decide, I'm split down the middle about Randle, because if he doesn't sign that deal in August, I said it before my last show, I can see this being like an IQ situation. I can see the Knicks, they want to see exactly what it looks like with Randle. And if it's okay and it's not what they want it to be better, I can see them possibly making a move with Randle. So that's what I think. Dwayne Dennis, man, appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, man. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me on this lunchtime. So I want Randle to stay. You know what I mean? Especially what I saw in January. I really think Randle's turned the corner. But I think the Knicks brash. I think they really like Cat, and I think they really love that 5 out mindset. I think that's what they really want to do. Kind of similar to, of course, Golden State was the one that started it. But now what, OKC is doing, what Boston has done, I think that's where the league is trending now. It's a wing-driven league. It's a 5 out type of thing where the big can shoot threes, right? So that's what they want. And I think that's what the Knicks are leaning into. Because remember, some of the sets that the Knicks were running last year with iHeart at the top of the key, giving Brunson that bounce pass and iHeart getting that floater. They all got that from Golden State. Because remember, that's what Draymond was doing at the top of the key for Steph. So Tibbs took a lot of that stuff, and that's why the Knicks were looking the way they looked offensively. And Brunson, that's why he transcended into what he is right now, because of how he looked in that offense. Because they stole a little bit of the Golden State piece, and that's why DiVincenzo was shooting at a clip the way he was. So I see exactly what the Knicks are trying to do. So, but I want to give Randle a shot, man. I like Randle. I mean, I've gotten on him on my show. You guys know that. But I think I like kind of like the upside. I think what I saw in January, I think we need to give him a shot and see how he looks, especially with Bridges over here. So we'll see exactly what that kind of like turns into, right? So it should be exciting. It should be extremely, extremely, extremely exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I think that it's a lot of upside. This whole trying to get it back up big, I don't know what they're gonna do, man. I mean, Precious is out there, but it still feels like the Knicks are still trying to make a move. That whole Walker Kessler thing, let's take that off the table. I don't think the Knicks do that. Danny Ainge is being Danny Ainge. I heard he wants the moon, the stars, your Range Rover, and your 2 houses that you have for this guy. Like that's what he wants. He's doing typical Danny Ainge stuff. So I don't think the Knicks touch this guy. Now, do they go out there and they do the Nick Richards deal? I don't know. Are they willing to move some pieces to is he worth that? right? So I don't know, right? Who else is really truly out there for the Knicks to really get to back up? Mitch, like what do we do in regards to that? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of up in the air, man. You know what I mean? I've always said to you, and I said this to you guys before. I always thought the Knicks should have went after Drummond. That's who I said it would be a perfect backup. I said we need to go after Drummond, whether we move Mitch or whether iHeart goes, we got to go get Drummond. And I don't know, they dragged their feet on that. I don't know why, but once again, can we even get mad at the Knicks brass, man? They made a lot of great deals, man. So my trust is in Leon, basically everything he's done. We never thought he would get OG Anunoby here. We never thought he would be able to pull off Mikal Bridges. We didn't see that. And we can't even sit here and try to act like we saw this Jalen Brunson thing coming. We did not. We didn't. Corey Lindsay, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live on this lunchtime. Coach says you get Cat to back up Mitch. Coach, come on, man. Cat is not backing up Mitch, man. CP Mets and Knicks, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live on this lunchtime show. Tough weekend for the Mets and Knicks. I mean, for the Mets and Yanks, man. See you boys with Subway Series. What starts today? So Coach, man, Cat's not backing up Mitch, man. Come on, Mitch will be going in that deal. They will send Mitch off, man, because the money got to match. I don't think they have enough bread. Cat is making a lot of money, man. He's making a lot of bread. I think if I'm correct, I think he gets 40 something this year. I think he gets 50 next year, and I think after he gets 60 million, he's got something crazy. He's got something crazy. So the Knicks got to give up a lot of bread in that. Nick P, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Appreciate you coming through, rocking with me and my crew during this lunchtime. He said, do you think Capella's available? You know what? I think the Knicks have been in talks. Ian Bagley reported they've been in talks, but I don't know where that's going to kind of go. You know what I mean? If we get Capella, remember, Capella will probably start over Mitch. Capella's a better big than Mitch. He can knock down free throws. Capella's solid, man. He's solid. So I don't know. I think they were having discussions, Nick P, but I think those kind of fizzled out. You know what I mean? So got to see exactly what that looks like and what happens with that. But I wouldn't be upset with Clint Capella. But also too, Nick P, you gotta understand. I don't know if Clint Capella is available. I don't know if they let him go or release him. And then also too, are the Knicks going to be willing to give up a certain amount of money and draft picks and all that stuff? Because remember, they're trying to avoid. I think they're right. They're right behind the first apron. They don't want to get in that second apron because then they can't do nothing. So they're trying to avoid all that. So I think that's big. Also, to everybody, man, if you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button for LV, please. Also, too, man, been hearing a lot of people complaining, man. Like it's a lot about Brunson not taking the 113 and leaving that on the table, and everybody's like, nah, I couldn't do that, man. That's crazy. There even reports that agents are mad at Brunson for doing that. These guys have to understand this is a new NBA, man. This is a new NBA. So with this second apron and all these rules that are coming in place, you don't have the bread to be paying all these guys all this money and then still keeping your team together. You can't do it. So I think most people, believe it or not, are going to probably want taking deals. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be able to pay these guys top dollar and still keep their team together. That's just not going to look like it's going to be possible, man. You're seeing teams now starting to really impact teams. Look at what they did to the Nuggets. Look what, they lost KCP, right? They lost him. He's with Orlando. Look what it did to, the Clippers are just, they're like a shell themselves now. They were the top team, probably best teams in the West. Now everyone's going because they ain't got the bread. You know what I'm saying? So we got to see what this whole second apron, what that does. But I guarantee you, like in the next season, you're gonna start seeing more guys probably taking less. You see Gary Trent Jr., he out there, he ain't making nothing, man. He ain't making no type of paper. Because people got to make sure they fit underneath these aprons and stuff like this, man. So that's why Brunson did that, because he want to keep the crew together. But then also, too, he understands that he's the star. He's going to see all that bread later, definitely. And then other dynamic, too, a lot of guys don't understand. I think you don't know what his lifestyle is like, man. He may not, 113 is 113, but I did the breakdown before. His lifestyle probably doesn't change. You know, if he's making 156 million, he's going to get 270 next year. What's the difference? Like, yeah, it's $113. I don't know about you guys, but me personally, if I see $156 million in front of me, right there in front of me, and they say, yo, but you can wait 8 months for 270, but yo, there's no guarantee that 270 going to be there based on whatever happens. So you can either take the 156 now, or you can kind of wait and just chance it and see if it's, because you know you get hurt or something. I'm like, nah, I'm taking my bread right now. Because if you do good, then you can re-up. But at least I got my bread. At least I'm getting that bread. At least I'm getting that 156. I may not want to chance it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to want to. Because see, you play around, you'd be like Isaiah Thomas. You know what I'm saying? So for me, nah, I got to get the bread, man, right now. I got to do it. Keith Turner says superstars are going to have to sacrifice. Julie, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Keith Turner. That's what I think. With him doing what he did, that's what that does. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's where that's changing, because now you're realizing that it's either not cool. Check it. You know, if you're a superstar, cool. You can get the bread, but you're going to be the only one on the team, because everybody, you can't pay everybody. So your team's going to stink. You're getting bread, but you're not winning. Like, so Randle said it best. I heard him on a Mellow show, right? He said, you know, he's going to be 30 years old this year. So he said at this point, all that matters to him is winning. And then, you know, Ian Begley report that Randle's really excited about the team. Like, he's really excited about winning and kind of being, you know, when you get to this age, you know, Randle's made a lot of money in his career. Like, these guys want to win now, man. They want to start winning. They want the accolades of what their career represents. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was the thing with the Brunson deal. George Purdue, excuse me. Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, man. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew, man. It's truly appreciated. George Purdue said for a second round pick, I think Brunson's doing all right money wise. That's what I'm saying, man. So once again, right, it's all in perspective, right? It truly is. Like, and I said this on my last show, and I'm gonna say it again, right? It's like a broken record. LeBron said it before. If you're making $130 million a season, not season, but your contract, right? But someone comes in and offers you, yo, I'm gonna give you 190 million, right? Now, so most of us at 60 million more, most of us could be like, yo, I'm gonna hop on that. But to these guys, it hasn't changed their lifestyle. The Bentley still costs the same. The $10 million house still costs the same. The Lamborghini still costs the same, whether you make 130 million or whether you make 190 million. So it doesn't change. Your lifestyle doesn't change. So it's perspective, right? So to these guys, yeah, that's $132 million on the table. But he's looking deep. It's like, yo, I can take the bread right now, 156, and then it's a 4-year contract, but really it's a 3-year because he's got the opt out for the 4th. So I'm really gonna be there for 3 years. I'm really gonna be there for 3 years. Sorry, I'm really gonna be there for 3 years. So I could just stay here. I still have the 156 I made. Now I can re-up after that 3rd year, get the 323. Or I can play that 3rd year out, and that 4th year, I believe he could sign a contract then for the 400 million. So you know what I'm saying? So it's all perspective, man. You know what I'm saying? How you see paper, like how you see money. So all these guys saying, like, oh, he's crazy for leaving at 113. The agents are mad. The agents are mad because they know, remember, they get a cut of that. So if a dude is saying, nah, I'm gonna take less, the agent gonna get less. So that's why they're mad. So it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's all perspective, man. And it's all also too what you're motivated by. What you're motivated by. Brunson may not be motivated by jewels and all that other stuff. He may be motivated by winning, man. I mean, I don't know him personally, but he seems like a very modest guy. You know what I'm saying? He just does. He seems like a very modest guy. You see him over there, right? You see him in the city. He in the city heavy. He was out in Queens at the New York versus New York, you know what I mean, with them kids summer tournament. You see he was out there with his pops. So he's out there, man. He's out there. He's out there with us, man. Heavy. Eating chopped cheese and all that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to respect him for that, man. He's touching the city. He's touching the people out there. He ain't just chilling out there in the suburbs going to those little corny camps. He's in the belly of the beast out there in them tournaments, right smack dab in the hood. He coming out there with his parents, man. He understands it, man. He gets it. He gets it. He gets it unlike most. So that's why I'm saying it's perspective. You know what I'm saying? And how these guys are making bread, man. Because the guy, come on, man. He's set for his life. He's set for his life. So him waiting on the 113 as opposed to getting it now and keeping his crew together so he can win. It depends on who you are as a person. That makes sense. Knicks 100 GM said Payne OG was not wise. You're way off, sir. You're way off. That was very wise. Very wise. Very, very wise. Coach says, I'm pretty sure Brunson will make a deal in real estate that will make his money back. Thanks to him. Listen, man, he's going to make his money back regardless, Coach. We all know that. He's going to make that bread back 10 times. And guys, let's be honest. I'm telling you right now, if he brings a chip to the city, 113 is peanuts compared to what he's really going to make, man, and what he's going to be. So once again, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. It's perspective, man. That's really what it comes down to. All right, but listen, guys, I'm out of here. Listen, everybody enjoy their lunch. Enjoy your summertime. I will be back later on this week, so come through and check it out to really touch on the Giants and pretty much break down what that looks like coming forward, right? Because it's pretty much football season, right? But I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me during your lunchtime. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that like, share, subscribe button, hit that like button, people, right? Also, too, if it's your first time coming through, please leave comments. If you're watching this on replay, please subscribe. Also, too, like I said, leave comments because I do respond to comments. All right, I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with LV Live on this lunchtime show, man. I'm out of here, people. All right. Peace.